Hey everyone, it's Leo again. I know that Kat is supposed to be deck profiling this, but he did have an issue happen, so I will be doing the deck profile for his silhouette deck. Don't worry, he's still going to be playing the deck on Friday. It's just that he was unable to make it to recording, so I'm just doing it for him. We work together on these lists anyway, so I kind of know more or less the general thought process of his, since I usually do help him build his decks here. Obviously, we're playing the silhouette ride line. Nothing surprising there. Silhouette is one of the new Youthquake decks that we got introduced in set 11. Youthquake is a very interesting manga. We have quite a few decks that are going to come out of there that seem very cool. One of them being the Nebula Knights, which I'm personally hyped for, as they can do apparently everything from what the manga tells us. And they're a new Keter deck that's sort of Jewel Knight-esque combined with maybe something like a prison aesthetic. Well, but it's pretty cool. It's like Space Knights essentially, and it's pretty cool. But Silhouette is the main character's deck. This deck has a unique ability to attach arms to itself, and then it gives the Vanguard the power and the abilities of those units. Right. So obviously we have the red line here. It's just going to be the regular one: Grade 0, Grade 1, Grade 2. Moving on to Grade 3s, we run 3 extra copies of the boss Gigantorm Silhouette. He says on Vanguard once per turn at the beginning of your attack step, which means when you're about to attack with him, you Soul Blast 1, choose up to 2 of your rear guards with armed arms in each of their different card names and attach them to this unit. He gains the power of the arms and the ability of the arms, right? Currently there's only 2, the left and the right, but you'll see as we move along what the abilities he gains from that. And then at the end of the battle, this unit attacked, you choose up to 1 of the units attached to this unit and move it to an open rear as stand. This gives you the ability to get 4 attacks off in 1 turn, which is very good. So being able to have 4 attacks right away is pretty good, and you always want to get Persona Ride, which is why we play the 3rd copies. Then on Grade 2s, we're running 4 copies of Operate Meister Freiheit, solely because we want to dig for Persona Ride. One thing we saw while testing Silhouette is that he really needs power. Not much in the deck kind of provides it outside of, just Persona Ride, so that's what he's in here for, to help us guarantee get that Persona Ride. Then he's also good pitch fodder for riding up, since if you have 1 or 2 Persona Rides already, you can just get rid of this guy. But yep, he's a pretty expensive card. We couldn't find anything else to really help this deck, and since it was going to go up against Ava, I decided, hey, we can splurge a little bit on this list. Moving on, we're going to talk about the first of the arms, being the left arm, which is Armed Arms L. This one has an ability on Vanguard and Rearguard, which is how you activate the ability once it's equipped. That when it attacks a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Silhouette in its card name, you can counterblast 1, draw a card. This is primarily how you'll be able to draw a card, so you'll swing with it once on the Rearguard, attach it, swing with Vanguard, draw a card, and then it goes back to the Rearguard and attacks again. So you're able to draw 3 cards per turn, which is very good. And then moving on, we have only 2 copies of the right arm. This arm is much less impactful as the left arm, being able to remove Grade 2 or greater rear guards and gaining +5, but also costing a CB. We did kind of hope that maybe this one would cost Soul, but nope. They added 2 counterblast effects, and we just don't think that the right arm is quite as useful as the left arm. So we're only playing 2 copies. It's pretty easy to find yourself at least one of them. Obviously, if you're playing against a deck that can bind them, obviously you would want to, use these more scarcely. But I think with just 2, you'll be doing fine. We did play some test games, and Kat did feel that this deck did quite a lot better with just the 2. Moving on from that, we have 3 copies of Aiding Monster Tekken. You all know this card. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so nervous. I've done this a couple times. I don't know why I'm freaking out. I guess it's because I haven't done another person's deck profile for a while. But yeah, Tekken is when it's discarded from hand during your turn. You look at top 5. You choose up to 1 set order from 1, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Better pitch fodder. You can use this to pitch the Freiheit to not have to, lose out on the card. He'll be able to get you some things. We are playing a total of 6 set orders in this deck, so we're only kind of playing him as just pretty good bitch fodder. If we hit something, it's cool. If we don't, not the worst luck. Then onto the 2 of the Grade 2 set orders called Refablishment Duck. When you play it for a CB, you're able to draw a card, and all of your Grade 2 rear guards get boost. So you can put the arms in the rear guard. You can put Freiheits in the rear guard. You can call penguins, and they'll all have boost, which is pretty good. If you happen to have 2 of these, you can always just pitch 1. You don't need more than 1 in your set order zone. Then following that, we have 4 copies of Machinery's Factory. which can has two effects, both of which are pretty good in my opinion. The first one is, while in the order zone, you can rest it, look at top 7, choose one card with armed arms in its name, reveal it, and put it into your hand if your drop has a card with the same name. And if it doesn't, it just goes to the drop. If you do put a card into your hand, though, this has to move into soul. So it will get rid of itself, but usually you can maneuver the way to keep one of the arms, or keep none of the arms in the drop, essentially. And then the second effect is, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Silhouette in its card name, you put it into soul, you choose 2 cards with armed arms and their different names from drop and call them to open rear. So, very good recursion. You just get 2 cards back. We play the 4 of because you constantly want to be thinning your deck to get more triggers, and this is perfect for that. Then, following that, we have 4 copies of the greatest countercharger in Gate, Bulbamine. It just says, at the end of this battle, this unit boosted. If your order zone has a set order, put this unit into your soul, countercharge 1. It creates soul, it countercharges. It's just such a good card. I honestly don't know how they're ever going to top Bulbamine in regards to soul and countercharging. He's just so good in every Gate deck. I don't believe any one of the Gate decks can really not benefit from Bulbamine. But yeah, 4 copies so that we can draw as many cards as we can and have soul to do it. That's why we wish that, what's its name? The right armed used soul, because soul isn't as big of an issue in this deck as CB is. And then finally here we have 4 PGs. You need perfect cards. I mean, not much to say there. Following that, we have the triggers. For the triggers here, we play 4 Vanilla Heal. Then we play 4 of the Soul Charging crits. Just because sometimes you might need the soul, and if you're in that dire of a situation, then hey, you'll have that choice. 4 Vanilla crits, 3 fronts, and then the Gate OT, because in this deck it can be pretty insane. You're able to give the 100 million to one of the arms, and then when it is detached, it'll keep the 100 million, which I don't know if we really discussed the interactions, but this deck is very interesting. So the reason we play fronts over draws, even though we did mention we want to draw a lot of cards, is that a front will give your Vanguard plus 30k instead of plus 10k, because the arms will gain the effect of the front while equipped. So when it's detached, the arm will still be 20k. So that's why we play fronts there. You could make the case of maybe playing 4 front and 7 crits, but for right now, this is what we liked. But yeah, hopefully Cat is able to do the short for this deck profile that we will be posting tomorrow. He loves this deck, honestly. He's probably not very happy that he had to miss the deck profile, but you know, nothing we could do there. He had some family business happen, so he was unable to record. But just know that he has put a lot of thought into this deck, and he really wants it to do well. And I think this is the best list he thinks he and I have come up with. So you know, give him your honest feedback on it, I guess. But with that, I'll leave you guys and see you next time.